Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and yet again, welcome to the Soviet Republic of the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, number 252. And we join up just as two trains are meeting each other here outside, between town and the waterworks for the town. I was a little down-stricken last time, I have to admit. I felt slightly defeated by the water mechanics. In my defense, they are not entirely intuitive, and I still don't understand how they work. One thing I've managed to gather is these manned water wells. I don't see what the hell the point of them are. If you detect this empty hole storage here. Yes, and we have 7 workers inside. And they have a decent productivity. They have like 80, 90 something percent. And we're pumping 200 cubic meters of water with these 7 workers, right? And we have, if you look at the small water well, which doesn't require workers, that does 70 cubic meters of water per workday. So you can have 7 workers getting 260, 210 cubic meters per workday, or you can have no worker and just an unmanned thing. That doesn't make sense, and it's also lying. It's also lying this. Because supposedly you're supposed to get 215 cubic meters per worker, but no, it's rather that we have full manpower here, and then we're getting around that number. So no, screw those, I say. and we'll probably do a few more smaller water wells instead. But in other news, I think that the Republic is sort of catching up with the water. We're not perfectly well off, but at least look at this water tower. It is full. That's something. That has to account for something. And I'm actually going to do this, probably against better judgment. And so on. So I put the citizen reaction to hard, great again. Cheers. Oh wait, I should not do that. No, not quite yet. There is one thing that is not in order yet for that to be done. Do I care? No, I don't care. Because we don't have any meat production. We haven't had any meat production since the water thing was introduced, as the meat industry requires water. But we have some more pressing matters to tend to for the time being than eventual than some water lack of water ever here and there. If that even is the case, I'm not sure. But that is the crime. The crime situation is sort of a little bit out of control. 11% criminality in this house, only 2 in that one. 14% there. It's very, very much in plenty of buildings here. Okay, just because of that I can only find those which are decently off. 9%. Yes, and also if we head over then to where the judicial system has its seat, here, these 3 courthouses, which cannot keep up. No. And that is because of the little problem we had with the water supply for this town of Järn, which led to basically a complete prison break. Every goddamn prisoner more or less escaped and probably found flat somewhere and started getting up to bad stuff. So now I've turned off many prisons. I only have 3 active, but they are overfilled, more or less, overfilled to the brim. And if you look at the courts, yes, it's no good. So, and we need plenty of things. First of all, if we look at the overlay and the free flats, how are they doing here in the town? They're doing decent enough. We have a few free flats, but okay. quite a few free flats, but not that bad. And productivity is back up to 95%, so we can feed ourselves from the food in the shop and so on. We don't need to starve anymore. But to remedy this, to do something about it, at the very least, I think I'm going to try and cram yet another one of these residential towers in here somewhere. If it could be possible. I think it could, because as they don't quite care where you place them so very much. so it ought to be possible to cram one in somewhere. I wonder where though. They don't have a very large footprint. Here, for example, however, there is a power line going there. Let's see if there is any here. Maybe one could fit in between the orphanage and the prison. That is getting a bit cramped up here on Prison Mountain, but yes, we'll do a residential building here. One of these awful looking terrible towers, but maybe awful looking, but they're pretty good. 317 workers. Yeah, so we can place it inside the prison if we want to, not going to... even though it is a no-clippy building, I'm going to try and keep it somewhat real here. 283 workers to 304, 325, that's even larger. 227. This maybe. You think? If it would have like an entrance from the side. Do you have one of those? Maybe. Not really. These are more or less the same, are they not? Will that look too ridiculous, maybe? Yes, it would. If you could get it like that, it would not look too ridiculous, I don't think. But then you won't be able to get the footpath on. It's very close to the prison, but okay, it will do. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a footpath. No, we can't get the footpath on. Then it's no good. And it's no use here. No, remove it again. Try again. 193 workers. 343 workers. 172. Oh, god damn it, that was large. Maybe this is not a good spot. Could we find another spot? That is where the power line is here. That would not be a bad spot. And the building will allow to be placed right through the power line, but nah, we're not going to be that way. So fine, we take away the power line. Oh, this could have disastrous consequences. Well, if for example the water pump or the water well or any other water infrastructure was reliant upon this to get its electricity, then we're going to be a little bit sad around here for a little time. Are you really sure that you cannot? No, it won't get your power line through there because it's too tight here between the heat exchanger and the building and the pulp, what you call it, the cableway. The cableway cable. Yeah, citizens happen as it's too low somewhere. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Yeah, that's the same goddamn cable, but yeah, we're going over here, so that's all right. The building in the way. There you have it. And helicopters, please do this as soon as you can. But the water shower is still filled with water. So most likely the water is still working. However, maybe prisons are... Oh, everything seems... Was anything affected by this? Building properties, voltage. No. All is fine. This substation is unnecessary and redundant. I very much doubt that is the case. You know, very much. So, at least in night time it will definitely not be useless. Okay, see if we can get a residential building in here then. Also, you could maybe stand to lose a bit of the footpathing all around here and do it slightly in a different way. Yeah, but a lot of people are walking on it, so it's probably important. It's most likely so. How do you want this? Here, maybe. This is lovely. Lovely layout of everything, right? Yes, but that's not too awful. No, that will do. And we skip one of the footpaths and do that as one of these instead, so that we can get going on both building and footpath instantly. We might even be able to cram in yet another one of these towers in here. The point of all this is, of course, to have more staffing at the prisons, and I need to open up at least one more prison, maybe all of them, eventually. Yes, this might work. Don't you think? Maybe. It depends on a little bit on how it looks. It is sort of inside the orphanage there, just a little bit. So that's not... We can't stand for... How about... This is a bit more narrow, isn't it? Maybe, but... But no. No. Still no. Computer says no. Unless you can stand having it like more or less inside the orphanage, and to get the footpath on, you need to have it pretty damn close to the orphanage. Okay, well, fine. We have not always stood for, or we have rather never stood for high quality, for high quality planning, high quality city planning here. It's more like get the stuff in and get it working, try and get it working as good as we can. Yes. So these panel buildings are pretty complicated to make, if I don't disremember. Take a while to build the one. Yes, but we open up yet another prison. Yes we do. Because we will have, this is 206 prisoners now, this is 209, this is not 200, you see there's quite an inflow of the prisoners to the prisons. You know what that means? That means we get a lot of workforce for the mines, for the rehabilitation mines, which is excellent. Let's just check that the new buildings can walk to this place. They can. Good. Could we get another building in here? I'm not certain. And does it have... we don't know if it has water supply. And neither did it tell me when I was placing the building now, did it? Yes, it did. That's blue lines and the sewage connection too. Good! Very good. This road, is that strictly necessary? This is another place where we might be able to get yet another building in, you see. I'm thinking. That heat exchanger doesn't need a road connection. We don't have any fire trucks on the roads here anyway. It's all helicopters. Yes. Cop out? Yeah, slightly. Slightly. That will fit. That fit actually very nicely in here. Who would want to live up here, you think? I don't know, but they will be. They should be so happy if they get to live up here. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? I'm trying to place the building in such a fashion that I get footpaths on both sides, and so that I can make one of the footpaths a dirt footpath. Then of course I'll remember to come back and upgrade that to a proper one. That is a proper one. There, mud, dirt. Call it what you want. And build it, that too. Okay, 16, 17 minutes, we're almost done here now. This is all that we accomplished. Yes, but we have started work on that. That's of great importance. And I open up another prison. And we could even open up yet another. You see, there's already 30 prisoners in this one. And how the court's doing. The courts are doing. Oh, they're caught up. They're caught up already. Okay. That's fantastic. This police station though, that is not doing too well. It is a bit behind. But they didn't even have it set to max staffing. Yeah, and was pretty badly hit here by the prison break, and it's by its water shortage and low productivity drop and everything which follows. Really, kindergarten is also walkable from all the residential buildings. So far, yes. I don't know if this will be enough, but I'm hoping it will be. Okay, this prison mountain is pretty damn awful. Yes. Yes, it is. This pollution of source here is 13%, and what if you take, for example, out here instead, a little bit further away from the settlement, and use these unmanned pumps? Maybe we could get better water from the ground, and we wouldn't have to see pollution of source 5%. That sounds a whole lot better to me. And how much are you pumping per workday here now? You're pumping 106 cubic meters. So 2 unmanned water wells ought to do it, and let's say 3 for good measure then. And these 227 maximum per workday. So we need 2 pipes connected to the water treatment plant. Okay. Yes, I think so. We'll try and do this small water well. Pollution of source 5%. And can you place this as you know, close together as you like, or how does it work? I suppose 3 of those. A little road. A little road, and boom. I can do dirt roads, the final bit to them later on when this road has been completed. And what you also want then is a big water pumping station, I figure. There. Now we do one pipe from each and every water well to the pumping station. There ought to be about 200 cubic meters per workday from those. And then we need 2 pipes from here to the treatment plant, maybe. And as luck would have it, it actually has 2 free inputs. Does it work this way? Maybe. As in that it concatenates and so on. That thing, 3 into 2 pipes, it might, we can only learn through experimenting. But we're done auto building and auto buying and all such rubbish. Yes. Oh, the population is dropping quite significantly. I'm on hard citizen reaction, am I not? Yes, I am. Why? What's happening? Are we getting deaths? We're getting deaths and we're getting escapes. I wonder what that is about. So stopped production. Traffic jam. Citizen happiness is too low in a prefab building in the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture proper. Here it is 53%. I suppose we can't get meat. Right, they were too many criminals in this one. 12% criminality here. Yes. Oh. Milomir, you're 44% criminal. What the hell? It might be, we might lose a few of the population maybe by having it on hard whilst being out of meat. How are we doing with meat on... You see, this place still has meat, so they will keep happy for time to come. And Järn might also have meat on its boat. Maybe. Yes, it has like a lot of meat, so screw you. You'll just have to get by without meat until we get around to hooking up water connections for the meat industry. There you have it. It's coming along here with the road. That will be that then for 252 of the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, to be continued in the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture 253, where we'll work on furthering this and also get the meat industry up and going again, and maybe also look a bit more into what sort of catastrophes are looming around the place. Thank you so very much for watching. Good night.